It's week 1 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Cardinals. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Arizona Cardinals. It's time for the start of a new NFL season. Always such a fun time of the year. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you up in the booth once again. And we could not, CD, have asked for a more exciting game to start this season. Kansas City, Arizona, two teams coming off strong seasons, both fueled by those high-powered offenses.
And this should be so much fun for people at home watching because both of these teams, they know how to put up points. How about this stat? Each of the last 4 seasons, we've seen one opening week game with 69 or more points combined. I'd have to think that this game is a front runner to keep that streak going. Look, we all know about Kansas City. 4 straight conference title game appearances. But last year, Arizona took a huge step forward. 11 wins and made the playoffs. We know the few teams in the league can keep up with Kansas City, but you have to think the Cardinals are one of them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Time to get our first look at one of the star faces of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes and his Kansas City offense. Really the gold standard among NFL offenses since he became the starter in 2018.
We'll talk about Patrick Mahomes. What's a normal season for him is probably a career year for 99% of the other quarterbacks in the game today. 4,800 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 4th straight trip to the AFC title game. He is making sure that all of us understand what he is doing is sometimes beyond spectacular, and his team follows accordingly. When he's under center, KC always has a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week 1, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have their starters ready for week 1, guys still have to practice. They still have to train, and injuries do crop up. You're exactly right about that, though, Brandon. None of the people supporting this team wanted to see that graphic on the screen at the start of this game.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. These Chiefs to start 2022, when they were handed a very tough task by the schedule makers, not just in going on the road to face a Cardinal team that was 11-6 last year, but they're going to be the first team in NFL history to start a season with 8 consecutive games against teams that finished above 500 from the previous year. After today, Chargers. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. That's a really good job of execution by them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises, the man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray had his Arizona Cardinals cruising in 2021, leading them to 11 wins, despite sharing a division with both of the NFC title game participants. It was also Arizona's first playoff appearance since 2015. Like his team, Murray's improved each of the last 3 seasons and would have set career highs across the board had he not missed a couple of starts.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Kingsbury's saying, hey, let's take another look at that. He's going to throw down the challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Hardman on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire to about the 33-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. With the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourself.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Here's Mahomes to throw. With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Mahomes firing complete, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first. Mahomes to throw once more. Pass incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 9 yards is the loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And that had trouble written on it from the start.
Yeah, I'd say, partner, sometimes you just got to know when to surrender and mitigate the loss. Instead, he kept going backwards, and now it's 3rd and long. Good luck with this play call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Greg Dortch back deep. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's the option, running right. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Anderson on the jet sweep. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Murray now steps away to his left, and that's complete. It's Green here, and he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
A.J. Green makes a nice catch for a 1st down, wearing that familiar number 18, but the uniform a little bit unfamiliar. He did spend 9 seasons in Cincinnati, was their 2nd all-time leading receiver behind Chad Johnson before heading out west to join the Cardinals.
He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number. He takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. that might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. To throw is Murray. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
He'll get this to Connor underneath. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Mahomes throw incomplete to Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That's complete to Tony. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 17-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, Edwards-Helaire. And this time he will score. Touchdown, KC. Well, finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Butker on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. The drive will start with Connor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know this. Today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Murray. Open man is Anderson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Murray now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They run behind center with Connor. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Murray's going to keep it again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Steven Anderson. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And out come the Chiefs now.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive.
7 yards there and a first down. Mahomes going to throw. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney, 60 yards. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side.
Still
Got
second
him.
down.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Going deep for Hopkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. It came through with a big-time pick 6.
Prater on to add the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. Heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Austin Eckler, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Jimmy Garoppolo, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding Green complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Murray now to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz.
Holding. Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw, it's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and it's taken down right after. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
47 yards on the punt that time.